welcome to Before the Heights on the SEC Network. It is the second meet of a doubleheader as the number 7 Auburn Tigers host the number 25 Arkansas Razorbacks. We are so pumped up, man. This is it. Auburn is home and they've got a rowdy crowd, and I am John Roethlisberger, and I am here with Bridget Sloan, one of the best ever, NCAA champion, world champion, Olympic medalist. My gosh, is there anything you haven't done? I am pumped. Can you tell I'm pumped? I'm so pumped, and Before the Heights is where we kind of ease into it. So I'm actually really mellow right now because this is just Before the Heights, and I got to get up really high for the heights.
Of course.
Bridget, excited to be here in Auburn, one of the rowdiest fan bases in all of women's gymnastics. Arkansas Razorbacks come to town, and the stars are back out. The stars are going to shine bright tonight, and let's start with Arkansas and one of their stars.
Miss Nora Flatley, she is phenomenal on all 4 events. Coming from UCLA, did 4 years there, now that 5th year at Arkansas, has just been incredible. Debuting in the all-around, winning the all-around. She has done amazing things. Head coach Jordan Weber just impressed by her passion and dedication and leadership, something that Arkansas needs to have every year, and Nora Flatley just paving the way for Arkansas this season. Ended with a 39.575 in the all-around, a season high for Nora Flatley.
There is Nora warming up. Head coach Jordan Weber in her 4th season heading up the Arkansas Razorback team has done an exceptional job there. Slow start to their season, I will say. 25th ranked team in the country is not where Jordan certainly wants to be, but you're around that team and you talk to Jordan, and she's really done an exceptional job there and will continue to do great things. You can see she has a pedigree of her own, being an Olympic gold medalist. Let's jump over to the Auburn Tiger side of things, though. They have got a star in their own right, maybe the biggest star in all of women's gymnastics, Suni Lee. There's the head coach of the Auburn Tigers, and he has done a great job. We're going to go to the floor for the anthem.
Broad stripes and bright shores through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So the energy is on point here at Neville Arena. Things to watch for tonight. The banner's going to be risen here at Neville Arena for that top 4 finish for the Auburn Tigers, an historic finish for them last year. We're going to talk about the contrasts in coaching, the different coaches here in the SEC. Again, the best conference in all of women's gymnastics. We're going to talk about the fans because you can't be here in Auburn and not talk about the fans. We're also going to update you on news and notes around the conference, including the Gymnast of the Week. And then we're going to preview next weekend's Friday Night Heights triple header. So many great things here on Friday nights. It's become a staple in many households, and for good reason. Exciting gymnastics as the Arkansas Razorbacks take the floor. It's like yesterday, that was you, Bridget, walking out on the floor. Get you nervous just imagining what that was like?
Let's just say I enjoy being on this side of things. I wouldn't say it was like yesterday. It might have been like 6-7 years ago, John. Little dating myself here a little bit, but
in my life, that's yesterday. I mean, we're talking. I'm like basically living in dog years now. I mean, it's been a while.
But I will say the passion and just the energy that you feel in an arena, it just gets you hype. I mean, it gets you excited. These athletes put their heart and soul into the preseason and getting ready for this season.
JD Pratt, Kennedy Hambrick, Emma Kelly.
It's really tough also when you are not the home team. You want to compete in front of your home crowd, and as we will talk about tonight a lot, this Auburn crowd is electric. I mean, it's one of the best crowds, in my opinion, to compete in front of, and I got to do it a couple times, and they love and appreciate good gymnastics. They have the #1 gymnast in the world competing here, Suni Lee, Auburn Tigers. So when you are the away team, you gotta just hone in, keep your circle tight, and just focus on your job. Don't listen to the noise.
Speaking of the home team, it's time to introduce the Auburn Tigers. You can already hear the crowd. It's gonna be raucous. That's not even their mascot. That's just some guy who wore a tiger costume to the arena. We're gonna let you enjoy this introduction from Neville Arena.
Coming from a distance, your fear is no existence. Don't wait for anyone. Time has come, ready or not, it's just begun. 3, 2, 1. It's just begun.
And now, Neville Arena, get on your feet and make some noise. It's time to meet your Auburn gymnastics team, presented by Yellowwood. Please welcome a freshman from Staten Island, New York, and a 4-time U.S. national team member, Olivia Green. A freshman from San Augustine, Texas, and a regional all-around champion, Hannah Hagel. A freshman from Sanford, Florida, and a Florida State AA champion, Haley John. A sophomore from Sugar Hill, Georgia, and an SEC academic honoree, Ananda Brown. A sophomore from West Des Moines, Iowa, and a 2-time All-American and All-SEC, Sophia Grove. A sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, and an All-American, please welcome Sarah Hubbard. And a sophomore from St. Paul, Minnesota, and an Olympic champion, an SEC champion, an NCAA champion, and an 8-time All-American, Suni Lee. A sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama, and a Scholastic All-American, Caroline Litter. A junior from Seabrook, Texas, and a Scholastic All-American, Olivia Hollingsworth. A junior from Irving, Texas, and a member of the 9.9 Club with a 9.975 on beam, Gabby McLaughlin. A senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, and an All-SEC Scholastic All-American, Aria Brush. A senior from Orlando, Florida, and a Scholastic All-American, Morgan Lee Oldham. A senior from Castle Rock, Colorado, and a Scholastic All-American, Adeline Sabados. A senior from Phoenix, Arizona, and an All-SEC and Scholastic All-American, Cassie Stevens. A senior from Sumner, Georgia, and a Scholastic All-American, Anna Sumner. And a fifth-year senior from Sarasota, Florida, an NCAA champion and 6-time All-American, Darian The Tigers are coached by Kurt Hettinger, Sarah Carver-Milne, and Rachel Donovan. And in his 13th season as the head coach for your Tigers, Jeff Graber. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your Auburn Tigers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the video board for a very special presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we honor the 2022 Final Four Auburn Gymnastics team. The team had a program best NCAA finish with a score of 197.8375 in the NCAA semifinal, allowing them to advance to the Final Four. The team had 8 first-team All-American honors at the NCAA meet. This included a national champion on beam, Suni Lee, as well as a runner-up on bars and floor, Darian Gobar. The 2022 team set every possible team and individual record in Auburn's program history. And now, Auburn family, please direct your attention to the rafters in the north of Neville Arena as we dedicate the banner for last year's Final Four team.
Yeah, they say winners never quit. Yeah, winners never quit. Yeah, that's why I live for the minute. I'm pushing the limits. I ain't gonna settle. I give you the business, man. I've been leveling up and I'm going.
Coming up next on the SEC Network, number 25 Arkansas versus number 7 Auburn. Okay. Thanks, Alex. Congratulations, LSU, on the win. That's Toomer's Corners. We're on the Plains. Auburn University is the location, and the fans have been in line for hours waiting to get into Neville Arena. But if you don't already have your tickets, it's too late. It's sold out again. And a big reason why it is sold out is that athlete right there, the Olympic champion Suni Lee, at home for the first time this season. The crowd is ready. The Auburn Tigers coming off a historic season. They were one of the last 4 teams on the floor, finishing in the top 4 for the first time in school history. Welcome to Neville Arena as the number 25 Arkansas Razorbacks come and visit the number 7 Auburn Tigers. It's going to be a good one here on Friday Night Heights. I am John Roethlisberger, joined by world champion, NCAA champion, Olympic silver medalist. She's done it all, Bridget Sloan. Bridget, let's start with the home team. Coming off a great season, as we see, a head coach right there, Jeff Grabo of the Auburn Tigers. They've gotten off to a great start here, too.
Finished 4th at NCAA's last year, a historical season, and they have just kept that ball rolling into this 2023 season. 197 plus the last 2 meets, and every SEC matchup is a challenge. Head coach Jordan Weber for the Arkansas Razorbacks. She is coming in welcoming Nora Flatley, who was a UCLA gymnast, took her 5th year at Arkansas, has done a phenomenal job, won her all-around debut, and Kennedy Hambrick back for her 5th season. We are so excited to see what Arkansas does.
Man, I tell you what, the energy is on point here at Neville Arena. We mentioned that the sellout again here at Auburn. This Tiger program has blown up in the last few years. We'll be talking about that throughout the night. Auburn starting on vault. That is the Olympic order as the home team. They get to do that. This is Olivia Hollingsworth. She is doing all around tonight. Big part of this Auburn team here in 2023.
And she's going to do a Yurchenko full. Very nicely done. Kept those hips open throughout. That's a 9.95 start value. Very nice job for Olivia.
Arkansas, they start on the uneven bars. You can see Chris Brooks, one of the members of the coaching staff there, talking to Callie Swaney. She is a freshman from Belmont, North Carolina. First in flight gymnastics was her club. She will lead things off here for the Razorbacks.
And Callie is phenomenal on this event. You're going to see some big releases. Had a little bit of trouble in her warm-up with this first skill. It's called a Ray, done by the legend Elise Ray. And it is a toe to Tkachev. Just was a little too far in warm-ups right here. But takes it right to her fingertips, no issue, right to that pass handstand. Beautiful pack salto, so far so good. Had some trouble recently with this leadoff position, but getting that confidence back, just the dismount. Double layout, just a slight shuffle on that landing, but outstanding start.
So here's the format of a dual meet. There are 6 gymnasts per team on each event. Of those 6 gymnasts, the top 5 scores count. So you can drop the low score. If there's a mistake, you drop that low score. The top 5 scores on each event are totaled together. Obviously, the highest score wins. And I mentioned the home team starts on vault. Visiting team starts on the uneven bars. So back over to vault. Sophia Groth, a really important athlete for these Tigers. She is coming off a great freshman season, a sophomore now. Olivia Hollingsworth started off with a 9.7. Not a bad score, but when you're in the SEC, that's not a score that helps you win, right?
That is not how they wanted to start, but see here, Sophia, she's fabulous. Another Yurchenko full. A little loose in her legs. You saw those legs weren't quite extended, and a hop on the landing. Just got to get that ball rolling for Auburn.
So 2 down for Auburn on vault. Again, we're going to talk a lot about the top 5 scores on each event. And as we go through the totals for each team, that bottom right is going to show the totals for all the athletes that have gone, and we won't drop the low score until the end. So we'll try to explain that for you as we go, as we look at Jensen Scalzo, a junior. Follows Callie Swaney's 9.825. That is a career high score and a great start for the Razorbacks.
Exactly what Arkansas wanted to do here, build that momentum. And in that leadoff spot, it is a very crucial spot to be in as a freshman. That means that your coach trusts your ability and that you're a guaranteed hit.
This has been a tough event for Arkansas after 2 meets this season. Obviously early in the year, but they've struggled on this event.
And Jensen's got a big combination right here. Jaeger right down to the low bar. Nice smooth swing. Gorgeous cast handstand. And dismount, double layout. Oh! Wanted that stick so bad. A little loose in the legs. You saw those knees buckle. And speaking of what we're looking for, you see handstands. I'm gonna say handstand, handstand all the time tonight. The release moves and of course those stuck landings. Those are what the judges are looking for. And those areas are where the biggest deductions are taken. So focusing in on that for Arkansas on this first event.
So now back over to vault. Sarah Hubbard, a sophomore. I actually helped coach her dad, Bobby Hubbard, at the University of Minnesota when he won a Big Ten title there with the team. This is Sarah following Sophia Gross, 9.725. Slow start for the Tigers.
See. And a Yurchenko, 1.5. That is a 10-0 start value. Excellent height, great distance from the vault. Take another look at this. She was really nice in warm-up. A little loose in her arms. You saw those arms were extended off the vault, missing the block just a little bit, but we haven't seen some big scores from Auburn on vault, so let's look and see if Sarah can bring that number up and get them going.
So we mentioned Arkansas starting slow on bars this season. They're the 45th ranked team, just a high on this event of a 49-1. So this on pace for much higher than that as Reese Drotar, the freshman, next up.
And Reese is beautiful on this event. Such long lines in this smooth swing. She's so patient with her handstands. And dismount, double layout. Just a step on that landing. We haven't seen a stuck landing just yet from Arkansas, but they had some rough starts the last couple meets, not showing that tonight. And when I talk about a slow handstand, she's aggressive, but does it so elegantly.
Was that no deduction?
Oh, absolutely. In my book, yes.
Jensen Scalzo right before her, a 9.825, so a pair of 9.825s. Sarah Hubbard, a 9.825 of her own. Now Cassie Stevens, the senior, does a big ball. Watched her warm this up. Nailed it, stone cold, stuck it in warm-ups. Can she do it again here in the meet?
I think she can. This is a Yurchenko 1.5, 10-0 start value here. And that is a stuck landing. You know, John, you called it. She stuck it cold in warm-ups, and she stuck it here. Take another look at this gorgeous ball. Excellent amplitude, just a little loose in those knees, but we only saw that because it was in slow-mo, so I think she's safe.
So we got a third member of our team, Taylor Davis. Taylor, what do you got?
Well, guys, Maddie Jones is returning to the bars lineup for Arkansas here tonight after undergoing elbow surgery during the summer. Head coach Jordan Weber told me her numbers have been limited, but she was a consistent contributor last week. She's got a small brace on that left elbow, but they're thrilled to get her back in the lineup.
And this has so far been a great lineup. Reese Drotar, 9.8, right before her.
Nice piked Jaeger there. Gorgeous floaty pack salto. Little over on that cast handstand. We talk about the handstands. Those are where the judges are going to take those deductions. Just the dismount. It's another double layout. Had some issues in warm-up, but no issues when it is game time. Wow. Excellent job by Maddie Jones. Doesn't have the numbers, but man, can she put in the work. Nice double layout there and just sticks it cold.
You can see Chris Brooks on the side pumping his fist. I asked Chris, because he's the main bar coach, I said, has the head coach been giving you a hard time about your bar lineup so far this season? If you don't know, Jordan Weber and Chris Brooks engaged to be married this May, and he said, she's been pretty nice to me so far. Here we go over to vault. Suni Lee follows Cassie Stevens, 9.925. They are set up for some big scores. As you see the numbers on the right side, scores building with two big vaulters here to finish for the Tigers.
Suni's gonna do a round off, half on, tuck half off. Oh, she almost had a little too much juice there. You saw she took that momentum, took her backwards. She wanted that stuck landing. But talk about height, the block. This is a 10-0 start value, and she does it beautifully. Oh, she wanted that stick so bad. Next time.
And I don't want to say this to sound wrong, but that's a front Branny, front with a half. That's a vault she knows she should stick. That for her, I don't want to say it's easy, but for her, she doesn't stick that. She looks at it as a miss almost because she knows she could have that. All right, quickly back over to bars. Jamie Pratt, the freshman, follows Maddie Jones, 9.85. Looking for a couple of 9.9s to finish here are the Razorbacks.
Jamie doing a nice job holding those legs together, getting in those handstand positions. Double layout, dismount, just a hop on the landing. You almost wonder if they're being a little bit safe. They've had some issues in the past couple meets. They're playing it safe here, hitting those routines, but man, you gotta stick those landings if you want the big scores.
And I feel like that hop is gonna be the difference between a 9.8 and 9.9. They needed a couple 9.9s because Suni Lee, 9.95 for her. And now Darian Goborn, she was an NCAA champion on this event in 2019, the first NCAA champ for the Auburn Tigers in their school history. And she can go big, looking for that exclamation point on what was a slow start, finishing strong for the Tigers.
She's coming after a 9.95. This is a 10-0 start. Yurchenko, 1.5. Wow!
Big vault, it looked like a little slide backwards. Couldn't really tell from the angle we were looking at. Here's a better view.
See if she sticks it.
Ooh,
the tiniest shuffle backwards. Those are the tenths that are going to matter when it boils down to the end of this competition. But excellent start. Darian is fabulous.
Nora Flatley will be the anchor for Arkansas. You see the score so far, still waiting for that Jamie Pratt score. I believe it's a 9.825, so there it is. A good score, but not when you're chasing 9.9s. Nora Flatley gotta put up a 9.9 here. Certainly capable.
She has absolutely the capability and just beautiful bar swinger, huge Jaeger you see there.
Gorgeous.
You talk about an athlete being so elegant on an event that requires so much power. She's aggressive but makes it look so graceful, and this dismount, double layout.
Gotta stick it.
Just like that. Wow. I mean, I don't know where the judges are gonna take a deduction. I'm sure they will find something, but that was excellent. This dismount is textbook.
It feels like if that's not a 9.95, it's highway robbery.
The teammates going crazy as they should.
A big score could give Arkansas the lead after that slow start from Auburn on vault. Holy cow, what a start to the competition. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the contrasts in coaching here in the SEC, the best conference in women's gymnastics. It's a Neville Arena here on the Auburn University campus, and my goodness, what a first rotation. Auburn holds off Arkansas in that rotation one. Nora Flatley got a 9.9. That means Razorbacks trail by half a tenth. Moments ago, Taylor Davis caught up with head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Jordan Weber.
Thanks, guys. Jordan, bars has been a bit of a struggle the first 2 weeks of season, but what kind of response did you see from your team tonight?
I'm really proud of the way they responded. They got right back in the gym after last week's meet. They didn't like that result. They worked their butts off, and what we wanted to see today was just normal hit gymnastics, and that's exactly what I saw from them.
We've talked about your level of experience as an athlete and how that translates for you in coaching. What kind of advice do you pour into your athletes in an atmosphere like this as they head into rotation 2?
Do exactly what you do in practice every day. They put in the work. They've worked so hard. Just believe in yourself, believe in your team. That's what I tell them, and that's what I saw in that first event. Hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor. Bridget, let's talk about some of these coaches, and let's start with Jordan Weber, and she's done a great job at Arkansas, but she kind of represents what I would like to call a new breed of coaches in the SEC. And when I say new breed of coaches, let's look at Courtney Kupets-Carter at the University of Georgia in her 5th season. done a great job there, Olympic silver medalist. We have Jordan Weber, obviously, at the University of Arkansas in her 4th season. And now most recently, Ashley Johnston, she has taken over the helm at the University of Alabama. And the thing that they all have in common, it wasn't that long ago that they were not just collegiate gymnasts, but elite gymnasts. How big and how important could that be as head coaches and as mentors to these women?
I mean, it's huge. It's a lot easier to help an athlete when you know what they're going through personally. When you can say, I've been in your shoes, this helped me, it might help you. I mean, that just means a lot to an athlete. And you can see the interaction, the compassion, and just the empathy that Jordan and all these female coaches are showing to their athletes. It's amazing.
So let's switch gears a little bit because we have some of, I don't know if I want to call them the old guard, but the seasoned program builders, I think, is a great way to put it. And some of these guys, Jeff Graba at Auburn, Shannon Welker at the University of Missouri in his 10th season, coming off their best finish ever. Tim Garrison at the University of Kentucky coming off their best finish ever at the end of the season. And then, as I mentioned, Jeff Graba, they finished in the top 4, their best year. It's taken a long time, over a decade for a lot of them to get to that point. Talk about how important they've been to the programs and building those.
I mean, they've been exceptionally important, and I think it just goes to show there's no perfect way to be a head coach. Whether you are new or you are a seasoned veteran, whatever you do that is going to help your program, you stick to it.
Some great coaches here in the SEC. So fun to watch them, and so fun to watch this gymnastics. Arkansas, Cammie Weaver on her comeback trail takes her team to vault, and the Olympic champion, Suni Lee, takes the Tigers to the uneven bars. Welcome back to Friday Night Heights. One event in, the Arkansas Razorbacks, the visiting team, half a tenth behind one of the top teams in the country, the Auburn Tigers, after one rotation. Arkansas now moving over to vault. Cammie Weaver coming back from injury last year. Big comeback for her. She leads things off on that Arkansas vault lineup, anchored by the freshman Lauren Williams.
Starting off with a Yurchenko full. Couldn't have done any better.
Well done. For more on Cammie, we're going to go down to Taylor Davis. Taylor?
Guys, such an appropriate reaction to that vault from Cammie. She's actually returned from a torn ACL that she sustained on vault last season against Auburn. This is a very special moment for her to return to the lineup. She said, it required a good attitude and patience in my rehab. Her teammates, her coaches, they say that she viewed it as a blessing in disguise and used it to pour into her teammates. She has goals of being back in the all-around by the end of season. They're thrilled to have her back on vault.
And she certainly has the attitude and the outlook to do it. Now back over to the Auburn Tigers. Starting off on bars is Olivia Hollingsworth.
Nice smooth swing. Little messy in her legs. You see those legs separate. Nice cast handstand there. No error in the dismount. And that is a stuck landing, full twisting double back, 2 flips, 1 twist, and a stuck landing to cap it off. Phenomenal job for Olivia. Take a look at the height and the delay. Incredible.
You always want to leave the good taste in the judge's mouth at the end, right? And she did just that. Now Nora Flatley, after that outstanding uneven bar routine, put up a 9.9 in the anchor spot there. Now the second athlete here on vault, following Cammie Weaver's 9.85. Great start again for the Razorbacks.
This is a great vault. I love that Nora holds that laid out body position the entire vault. No pike down, just a shuffle on the landing. That is a 9.95 start value. Take a look what I mean. These hips, they stay open. She flares that landing. Gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful in the air. You can tell that elite pedigree, former elite gymnast, you can see it shine through on her execution in particular. So nice vault there. Gabby McLaughlin will be the next gymnast to go, junior from Irving, Texas. Waiting for Olivia Hollingsworth's score to come in. Again, half-tenth separated these two teams. That is a small step on a landing, so basically a tie meet after one.
And one thing Gabby does so well is her technique. Her toe point, her shoulder extension. gonna do a blind change full pirouette into her double tuck. See if she can get the stuck landing. And she does! Wow, wow, wow. Crowd goes wild. Sticky like glue. Absolutely. Gabby, fantastic job. This dismount.
But was it? Tell me, Bridget, look again.
She got those heels together. She was just getting her heels together. That is a stick in my book.
Bridget is calling it a heel slide.
No, I'm calling it a stick.
Okay, all right, we're giving her the stick on the heel slide. Frankie Price, the freshman now for Arkansas involved. By the way, Olivia Hollingsworth, a 9.85 in the leadoff position for Auburn. Nora Flatley, a 9.85 of her own. So a pair of 9.85s for the Razorbacks as their third gymnast. Price takes their own way.
Another Yurchenko full. Fantastic job.
Next Friday, we've got a Friday Night Heights triple header. The action gets underway at 6 Eastern time as number 17, Georgia, takes on number 2, Florida. Then number 11, Alabama at number 9, Kentucky at 7:30. And number 13, LSU at number 25, Arkansas at 9, right here on the SEC Network and live on the ESPN app. I mean, Friday Night Heights, man. I mean, it's appointment television. Sophia Groth now in the third position. Gabby McLaughlin, a 9.85. So 4 total scores between the two teams. They're all 9.85 so far.
And Sophia has the potential. Wow, took that ray right to her fingertips. So far, Sophia showing that she wants that 9.9 or better. She is a perfectionist. Line change, full pirouette, double tuck. Now that is no doubt a stick. I mean,
the gymnasties think it's a stuck landing, and when they think it's a stuck landing, you better agree.
Absolutely.
Holy cow, let's go over to vault. Points of emphasis, Bridget.
So the judges are looking for start value, amplitude, and landing, how high these vaults are getting, the distance, obviously the stuck landings, and then the start value. You want to see a lot of 10-0 start values. It is a difficult thing to do to have 6 athletes up with that 10-0. That is the goal for these teams on vault. Vault is the new make or break event. And Leah Smith, she's got a very nice Yurchenko pull. Just glides through that vault, the amplitude off the vault, distance, excellent.
Huge air, just needs that stuck landing.
And she knows how to stick the landing, and I think she wanted it, but she played it safe. Just the shuffle on that landing. That is a 9.95 start value.
Frankie Price right before her, a career high 9.9 as we go to Cassie Stevens, who's stuck. That Yurchenko 1.5 on vault. Now trying to build scores. Leah Smith scored for her vault, a 9.85. Sophia Groth right before Cassie Stevens, a 9.825. So a slight edge so far for Arkansas in this rotation. Again, a half point or half tenth behind the Tigers coming into the second rotation. So as Bridget, you mentioned, every little half tenth seems like tonight is going to make a big difference.
Cassie Stevens, she's a huge bar swinger here. Flies high. She's going to do another ray right here.
Wow.
Huge amplitude, the rotation, and then the control to right back in that handstand position. She makes it look so easy. Dismount double layout.
Oh, tell me that one was a heel slide, Bridget.
That one was not a stuck landing, but an incredible performance for Cassie Stevens. And take a look, this is that ray. And her feet, when she caught that bar, were well behind her, getting that control back into that cast handstand. Very difficult to control your swing when you fly that high.
All right, I'm trying to take a deep breath in between each one of these because it is, if you can't feel it through your TV, the energy here is really incredible. As Mackenzie Sedlacek now, the 5th gymnast to go, following, as I said, Leah Smith's 9.85, her season high.
Another Yurchenko full, 1.5. Had a full in the warm-up, went with the 1.5. Now that is taking that difficulty. That was a 10-0 start value. Unfortunately, She lacked the rotation, causing her to take those steps backwards. A clear indicator for those judges to deduct.
And that is unfortunate because these last two vaults are the big ones for them. These are the ones where they started at 10 and you can get those 9-9 pluses, but the way she stepped out of that, probably so far going to be their low score in this rotation.
Absolutely, definitely the score to drop.
Jeff Graber calls her low-key and says she has silent strength, and that would be Darian Goborn, currently ranked 29th, tied for 29th in the country on this event, following Cassie Stevens 9.85.
She's known for floor, but you cannot count her out for uneven bars. Nice combination there. Tkachuk right to pack. Little short on that cast handstand. Huge dismount though. The one thing I love about that landing, that could have been a huge hop, but her experience helps her so much. Took a slight hop, but this cast handstand,
How much
very
on
short. That's a 3/10. Oh, maybe 2. I don't know. The judges are being pretty harsh on uneven bars.
I'm going to say 1.
Oh, okay. But the hop on the landing, I mean, she gets the height, just needs to control you just got to control the flipping and the twisting, you know? It's not that hard, right?
So the first in-state recruit to go to Arkansas in 10 years, Lauren Williams, one of the stars on floor and vault for this Razorback team, anchors it.
Another Yurchenko 1.5. Beautiful job. You saw the flight that she got and the control in that landing, just a hop. That should be a huge score for this Razorback team, and just really nice job. Just a freshman. That is a huge vault for this Arkansas team.
That is big for them because Mackenzie Sedlacek right before her, a 9.525. That will be the score, though, that Arkansas gets to drop. They get to drop the low. That will not count against them. So they will have 5 very good scores, as do the Auburn Tigers. All scores in the mid-9.8s, though. Again, as the season goes on, you have to see scores in the 9.9s for the top teams. Not here so far, but if anybody can get 9.9, if anybody in this meet can get a 10 on this event, it is the Olympic all-around champion. And by the way, the Olympic bronze medalist on the uneven bars. Watch this. This is absolute magic.
And we talk about pass handstands. Suni just eliminates them and connects everything. I mean, the combinations she has in this bar, she can get her in between the bars. Beautiful pass handstand there. Line change, full pirouette, double tuck.
What do you do?
Wow.
What do you do? She had a little foot split on the one skill, but that was from our angle. The judges might not even see that.
That's a 10 in my book. I mean, she brings the difficulty, the elegance right here. Blind change, Jaeger,
She
pack,
struggled
right
on that
up.
in warm-ups a little bit, but not here.
She's a gamer and then tops it off with this fabulous double tuck, gets the stuck landing. I mean, that's a 10 in my book.
The crowd wants a 10, and I'm a little scared if they don't give her a 10. They're on their feet.
Oh!
We see one judge with a 10, but the other judge puts up a 9.95. That judge might want to sneak out the back way. It is a 9.975 for Suni Lee. Holy cow. We're going to talk about these guys, the fans, the Auburn fans, some of the best in all of women's gymnastics when we come back.
We're the only school in the country that gives away our best seats. So our students come in free and they get to sit right courtside. So it makes for a fantastic atmosphere.
I think our meet against Auburn will be super fun and lots of energy. Like, the fans, they're really into it.
I've been at Auburn a couple times, and their student section is crazy for sure.
They had some crazy students. They were just like making fun of our dance routines and doing it with us, and I was like, this is crazy. They're literally right next to us.
You go somewhere else and there's just a lot of noise, but you come to Auburn and it's fans. The passion from the alumni and from students and from faculty, it's just nothing like any other school.
To be a part of a show here is an amazing experience, whether you're on the floor or you're in the highest seat in the house.
It's absolutely incredible. It's one of the most amazing feelings in competing in front of the fans because they're all super supportive.
It's amazing. For me, it just really gets me going, especially when I'm last on floor. Like, I really need them because it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, all right, I got to get through this floor routine. And they're just so helpful, and they really just brighten up everyone's mood in the arena.
I love it because if you asked our athletes, they'd say this is the best and hardest place to compete as well because, you know, you don't want to let these people down.
It helps you really tune in and get in the zone.
It's awesome. We really couldn't do it without them.
Well, guys, you can absolutely see it in the crowd tonight in Neville Arena, but you can also see it in these numbers, just how much this Auburn gymnastics program has grown over the years. Head coach Jeff Graba told us in his first season 13 years ago, they had 66 season ticket holders. Now that number is over 6,000, guys. I'm over here immersed in the gymnasties who started filling this arena an hour and a half before this meet started. We've got about 1,500 students that are in attendance here tonight. They're painted up. We've got signs. We've got shakers. I mean, I'm fired up. John, I know you are. Bridget, I'm surprised you're not competing again. I mean, this is one of the best atmospheres in the SEC.
Oh my goodness, we might need security for Taylor down there. When we come back, Cassie Stevens takes Auburn to beam. Meanwhile, Lauren Williams, a star for Arkansas on floor for the Razorbacks.
Take a little flashback to 2019 for you.
Oh no, you
Bring
did.
back the good memories.
You did not.
Honorary gymnasty.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
The dedication. You just can't teach that.
Oh my God, you did not just do that. You know, I reluctantly went over there and talked to them before the meet, and they're quite a crew. I told them I was once an honorary member, and I think they've since recycled all those guys that were there that day. But they're a fun group. They've been around for 11 years, and they claim that teams have actually changed their routines coming in here because of the gymnastics. I don't know if that's true. I haven't verified it, but they are a powerful force as we get back to gymnastics. Thank goodness for all of us. Olivia Hollingsworth again in the leadoff position. She will lead off every event for the Tigers tonight. She's doing the all-around. Here she is on balance beam.
And John, we talk about the leadoff on every event being crucial, but on balance beam, it just seems to mean a little bit more. Balance beam only 4 inches wide. And being in the leadoff, it's a guaranteed hit. That's what the coach is looking for. Olivia's slight balance check on that series, a requirement in the balance beam routine, but gets it right back. Nice leap combination there. And a stuck dismount. Excellent start for Olivia, an excellent start for this Auburn team.
Taylor's got more on Olivia.
Guys, an incredible leadoff routine for Olivia, and she actually had to miss practice yesterday because she was taking her MCAT. She has yet to get the results of it, but just another reminder of how much these student athletes have on their plate.
I mean, getting into med school, hitting a beam routine.
All in a day's work, you know?
All in a day's work. Arkansas's floor lineup, Maddie Jones will lead off. And you see the gymnasties. What a great shot. And they do a lot of the dance along with the visiting team. As you can see, they always hit the finishing pose. You better be focused if you're visiting Neville Arena.
Maddie starting off here. Front double twist. You saw those knees a little soft. Nice switch ring to switch half. The artistry in the floor routines is just getting better and better every year. From the dance elements to the leaps, You're not seeing just the big tumbling anymore, and I love the combination. Gorgeous 1.5 to front layout. Last pass, front 1.5 twist, right to that lunge. Exactly what Arkansas wanted to do with this lead off on this floor rotation.
Sunday, the 12th annual We Back Pat Week continues on the SEC Network with an afternoon of women's basketball. First at 1 Eastern time, Kentucky squares off with Mississippi State. Then Georgia takes on Texas A&M at 3, right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. So after the last rotation, just to update you on the score, it was a 1/10 lead for the home team. The Auburn Tigers was a 1/2 tenth after the first rotation. They expanded that to 1/10, and here's what great teams seem to do, Bridget. It seems like it's close for a couple rotations. They give hope to the visiting team, but great teams chip away at it and they look for their chance to pull away. Big rotation, I feel like, for Arkansas to keep it close, give themselves a chance going into the last one.
Absolutely. Auburn is not going to make it easy. They are excellent on balance beam.
This is Aria Brush, the senior.
In front aerial to split jump. Saw those arm positions at the end. She's aggressive with her finishes. Gearing up for her series here. Back handspring, layout, step out. Flawless.
Olivia Hollingsworth in the leadoff spot, a 9.725.
Just the dismount here. Gainer full.
Oh, there
and
you go.
Sticks it, but the one thing you did not see those heels come together on that landing. That is something the judges are looking for. But fantastic job, gets the stick. Just want to see those heels pop together at the end.
I do, but I like the little bit of attitude she had with that finish salute. That was great. Maddie Jones led off Arkansas with a 9.8 on floor exercise. Madison Hickey will be the second gymnast to go. Again, 1/10 separating the two teams. Auburn starting with that 9.725 from Hollingsworth on beam. That's a score they're going to want to drop. Again, keep in mind, each event, 6 gymnasts go, they count 5. Right now, the total down in your right corner is counting that 9.725. If all the scores are above that, they will drop it.
Madison opening up with a nice double pike. Second pass for Madison. Round off 1.5, front layout, right to her finish. Madison, an excellent addition to this floor rotation, floor lineup for Arkansas. Final pass. Round out back handspring, double tuck. Fantastic job for Madison.
as we go back over to beam and get ready for Cassie Stevens. Taylor's got more.
Yeah, guys, keep an eye out for this series in Cassie's routine. She is hoping to throw her triple series here tonight. She competed at week 1, but did not go with it last week against Florida. Before the meet, Coach Graba told me it looked great in warm-ups. He told her to have confidence in that triple series. We'll see if she competes it here tonight.
Jeff Graba did tell me about Cassie, thank you, Taylor, that she's better than she's ever been coming into the season and really feels great about where she's at with her gymnastics. Expects great things from her. And she's following Aria Brush's 9.85 in the 2 spot. So trying to build on that 9.85 are the Tigers.
And talking about that triple series, it's coming up right here. Back handspring, layout, step out, step out. A nice save on that. You saw those knees bend and she kind of turned to the side. That is just the veteran competitor coming out. And this is where the numbers really are crucial for these athletes. You're not going to be perfect every day, but when you know how to save it, it can take away from a 5/10 deduction and a front toss to her knee.
That is her skill. She invented it. It's called the Stevens in the junior code of points.
Makes my knees hurt just a little bit. And a round off, 1.5, stuck landing, brings the difficulty this week. And what I love is that she wasn't sure about it, but she said, absolutely, this back handspring, layout, step out. You saw those knees bend just slightly.
What do you think the judges could take on that? Because she sticks the dismount, looks clean otherwise.
I've been wrong the whole night, so I don't think it's fair to ask me.
Come on, you got to put yourself out there. It looks like it could be a 9-9 routine is what I was alluding to as we move back over to floor with senior Bailey Lovett. She can fly on this event. This could be a big number as she follows Madison Hickey's 9.825.
Start things off, huge double layout. Right to that lunge. Bailey coming back for her 5th year. Just an absolute stud for this Arkansas team. Little stumble on that landing. It's hard to take those steps backwards. Too much height, which is not something anyone ever said about my tumbling on floor, but.
I think you're being a little modest, Bridget.
Nice leap series there. Switch half to Popa. Excellent job of showcasing that flexibility. Final pass for Bailey. Front layout, front full. Stepped sideways just a little bit, but covered it with dance. You know, she started this routine with that massive double layout, and this second pass, when I say she had a little too much height, you're gonna see exactly what I mean. She holds on to her legs just a little too much, making her keep that rotation going, causing her to take those steps backwards, which is where those judges are gonna take the most deductions.
Maybe not the score she's gonna want after that routine, but I'll tell you what, if Arkansas is gonna get a big number on floor throughout the season, that routine is one that's gonna have to get 9-9s regularly, and certainly capable of doing that. Now, Sophia Groth. Next up, Cassie Stevens, just a 9-8, so they hit her on that wobble, it seems, pretty significantly on that triple series. So maybe the risk reward wasn't there tonight, but I'm sure they're hoping it'll pay off by the end of the year.
Sophia starting back handspring, layout, step out, back handspring, just beautifully done right over the top of the beam. She holds that finish just to show those judges there was no error there. One thing I love about Sophia on balance beam, she's aggressive with every finish she does. Full turn, right down to her fingertips. Dismount, side aerial, back, 1.5. I don't know if she got that stuck landing. It looked like she shuffled her feet just a little. But take a look at this split. She's gonna go switch leap right where she needs to be. No deduction there, right into her switch half. That combination stays right over the center of the balance beam, which means no balance checks.
Hamming it up for the cameras, I love it. Bailey love it. Speaking of love it, 9.75 for her floor routine. So now that is the low score for Arkansas. Both teams with now scores in the 9.7s as Lauren Williams, watch out, takes the floor.
Well, guys, one thing I've noticed down here on floor is actually the composure and the confidence of this Arkansas team. You see them joining along with Lauren in her dance, but like we've talked about, this is an intimidating environment, and Jordan Weaver told us this week, this is a very young team. 50% of their competitors in week 1 were newcomers. So they actually did some challenges and exercises this week to help simulate a meet. They really had an emphasis on handling pressure. I think you're seeing how they've done it.
You know, we talk about tough crowds. John, this was my favorite crowd to compete in front of. They love good gymnastics, and it's fun when a crowd, you know, likes to do your dance with you, and by the end of the meet, they're gonna be cheering for you. Final pass for Lauren, round off back handspring, double tuck. There's a reason she is fantastic on this event. She puts the numbers in, and she's got some big tumbling. Outstanding job for the freshman.
Back-to-back wins on floor exercise to start her collegiate career, and this is why.
Last pass here, tuck, double, just right to that lunge. I love the facial expressions that she gives as soon as she lands. She knows it was good.
She's still on the floor giving high fives. She hasn't even made it to the side yet. That dismount was great, but that full-in mount was world-class. Gabby McLaughlin now up on beam, following Sophia Gross 9.9, and that is a big number because Lauren Williams very likely will be right about that, keeping pace. Both of these teams back and forth.
And on balance beam, these judges are looking for the dance and acro skills, the combination switch leaps, the connections, and obviously the balance. Keeping those shoulders over the center of the beam, requiring minimal balance checks, just like that. Balance beam can be a make or break event. Only 4 inches wide, and these athletes do some incredible elements. Saw that flutter jump to side aerial.
Saw that score come in for Lauren Williams at 9.9. She matches Sophia Gross 9.9. Both gymnasts in the 4 spot.
Gabby switch leap to straddle quarter. You saw those arms flick back, showing that she's got complete control of that landing and of that finish. Just the dismount.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Outstanding job. High fives all around as needed. Well deserved.
I can tell you what the gymnasties want for a score.
You think they want a 10?
They, of course, want a 10. Nora Flatley now on floor exercise. As we mentioned, 9.9 for Lauren Williams. They started off with a 9.8, 9.825, but then Bailey Lovett in the 3 spot, a 9.75. As you see the scores there, wanting to drop that 9.75 with these last 2 routines from Flatley and Price.
Well, guys, I don't think it can be overstated how much Nora Flatley has meant adding into this Arkansas program. Obviously a grad transfer from UCLA. She came in with so much experience and veteran leadership. I talked to her this week and she said, truthfully, I wasn't sure I even wanted to take my 5th year. I haven't always had the best relationship with gymnastics, but I felt it deserved a better ending. Her relationship with Jordan Weaver and Kyla Ross also contributed to her choosing Fayetteville, but she said, I've learned how to pour into the younger teammates with me. I've learned how to love my sport again, and they care about me as a person here, and I believe it's going to help me the next phase of my life. She is loving her time here, and as you can tell, guys, they're happy to have her.
Great, thanks, Taylor.
Nora is so fierce when she competes on floor, just in her expression, her eyes. I mean, she just draws you in. You have to watch when Nora is competing on floor.
There was a question whether she would do floor tonight because they do want to manage her health and her physical well-being throughout the season. Veteran gymnast in her 5th year, you got to be cognizant of those things, right, Bridget?
Absolutely. Keeping these athletes healthy is the name of the game, and Nora is going to be putting up a big score there.
Wow, did they need that one too. A couple weeks ago, Suni Lee did this. I was there to see it, and it's going to be a regular thing. And it was a 10-0, and it certainly was perfect. It was the 4th 10-0 for Suni Lee on the balance beam. Will it be number 5? Gabby McLaughlin, a 9.9. They're trying to drop that 9.725. So right now in the bottom right, that score is being counted in the Auburn total. If they drop that score, that number will go up. Certainly very capable of doing that, as we just saw from Suni Lee.
And John, the beautiful thing when you score a 10-0 early in the season, you know you can do it. So Suni knows she's capable of a 10-0 in this 2023 season. Has probably one of the most difficult combinations in NCAA right here. Switch leap to switch half. She's gonna do another even more difficult combination right here. Side aerial, back layout, so difficult because you have to be square through all 3 elements. Just an inch, a centimeter off would take her off the beam.
Did she hold the stuck landing long enough?
That is, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a college stick. She tried to hold that landing, but ended up stepping forward. Not the stick you want to see, but nice combination. Switch leap to switch half. Just perfect presentation of where she needs to be in that leap. And she knows it. She knows she needed to hit that stick, but overall, fabulous and beautiful routine for Suni.
And okay, here's what's happening too. The last 2 gymnasts for each team, not including Suni Lee, went 9.9. So we've had 4 consecutive 9.9s. It's been back and forth, and now Frankie Price, she's got all the pressure for the Razorbacks. Wow.
Well, she's gonna open up with a massive double layout.
Frankie, a redshirt freshman from Dallas, Texas, and Texas Dreams. Very successful gymnastics club in the Dallas area.
Huge leap there, switch half, or switch side to Pulpa. Nice 1.5 to front pike.
Suni Lee, by the way, just a 9.85 in the anchor position. Big chance here for Arkansas.
Last pass, double pike. Holds on to that landing.
That was fantastic. She does need a 10 for Arkansas to take the lead. I don't think it's going to be a 10, but the bottom line is it was 1/10 coming into this rotation. It's going to be razor thin again.
Absolutely, and take a look at this first pass. Huge, massive double layout. And then just the height. This is a switch side to Pulpa.
Wow. The amplitude on that, fantastic. Taylor Davis is with the head coach of the Auburn Tigers.
Thanks, John. Coach, this meet has been neck and neck through 3 rotations. What has your team shown you so far?
Well, we're fighting. I like that. And we've just got to stay focused on what we can do. I do think they're letting it get to them a little bit. We talked a little bit at the end of the beam that you got to go to floor and let it all hang out. We've got that. It's a good event for us, and it's a good one to sort of go attack.
We've got a sold-out crowd here at Neville Arena, fantastic atmosphere. How can your athletes soak up that adrenaline from the crowd?
Well, we're going to need it. You finish on floor, you need all that energy. So, we love them and they love us. So let's go get it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Auburn Tigers, they maintain that 1/10 lead, and it is going to be a close one down the stretch. And the energy on point here at Auburn. One more big rotation coming up. Holy cow, they're swag surfing here at Neville Arena as Auburn holds a 1/10 lead over the Arkansas Razorbacks. We have got a great one here on Friday Night Heights. Around the SEC, Florida, they're putting up 10s. It's like they own the number. Leanne Wong gets a couple. Trinity Thomas back to work again. Unfortunately for the LSU Tigers, one of their veterans, one of their key athletes suffers an Achilles injury. She is out for the season. That's Kaya Johnson. Very sad to see that. SEC gymnasts doing their work too. 6 of 9 10s in the NCAA. We're out of the SEC. By the way, Haley Bryan from LSU, she gets another one tonight on the vault. Bridget, Athletes of the Week.
Some strong athletes of the week this week. No surprise, Leanne Wong. She had not one but 2 10s last week, actually against Auburn at home. She is the SEC Gymnast of the Week, and teammate Kayla DiCello, fantastic freshman for Florida, SEC Specialist of the Week, and Gabby Gladio, SEC Freshman of the Week for Alabama.
Hosting LSU is going to be so fun. I think it's just going to be a great challenge and a great competition.
I'm really excited to compete against Alabama.
It'll be an intense competition with a lot of good gymnastics.
They always bring a really energetic crowd.
Competing in Florida, I think, is always insane.
I'm excited to just compete against a very high-level team.
It's really cool to compete with some of the best.
Again, it's next Friday. It's a triple header, 6 p.m. Georgia versus Florida. That'll be a great one, 7:30 p.m. Number 11, Alabama, number 9, Kentucky, and at 9 p.m., number 8, LSU, and number 25, Arkansas. Tell Siri, set a reminder, it's Appointment TV. It's Friday Night Heights. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good one, and we have got a great one here in Auburn, Alabama. 1/10 lead for the home team, the Auburn Tigers, but the Arkansas Razorbacks, their best event, their highest ranked event is the balance beam. That's where Nora Flatley will lead them next. The home team, the Auburn Tigers, they will follow Darian Goborn, one of the best in the country on floor exercise, to that event. One more. It's officially a Friday night dance party. The party's been going on for a while for the fans of the Auburn Tigers. And right now it's tricky to rock a rhyme in Neville Arena as the Auburn Tigers hold a 1/10 lead going into the final rotation. And it is going to be a good one. Arkansas on the balance beam, Auburn on floor exercise. We also do have an all-around competition going on here this evening. It's all Suni Lee at the moment, but the Razorback Nora Flatley just 0.125 behind. Very close. Cassie Stevens, Sophia Groth, Olivia Hollingsworth rounding out a 5-person chase for the all-around title. Arkansas Razorbacks tied for the 11th ranked spot on the balance beam currently. Auburn Tigers on floor exercise ranked number 7 in the country. The high score for both of these teams so far this season, and it is early in the season, but 49.35 for the Auburn Tigers on floor exercise, a 49.325 for the Arkansas Razorbacks on balance beam, so virtually tied. It's going to come down to the little things, Bridget. You said it early. Steps, small deductions, half-tenth here, half-tenth there. We will see how this one goes as Calixta Gamio leads things off for Arkansas.
And very nice layout, step out for Calixta. Side, some slight balance check. If Arkansas wants to take the W tonight, they have to be perfect on balance beam because Auburn is on floor and they rock the house on floor.
And they've got the crowd, they've got the energy. You just think that's worth a tenth or two, right? And so, like you said, Arkansas needs to be perfect.
And Calixta is doing just that. That slight balance check on the side summy was really the biggest deduction I've seen so far. Dismount, 1.5.
Oh, there you go.
Stuck landing. What a start for Arkansas. A crucial moment to be the leadoff on balance beam. Take a look at this side summy. A little off center, but you see she squeezed that core.
How hard is it to land sideways like that when you don't see the beam in front of you?
Extremely, and you got to keep those shoulders over hips, over heels. It's a whole process, John. I'll take you through it sometime.
We'll do a clinic on that. Maybe before the heights next time. The leadoff gymnast all night for the Auburn Tigers, Olivia Hollingsworth, now in a big spot. Every tenth matters. They hold a 1/10 lead over the number 25 team in the country, the Razorbacks. They got one hit under their belt, do they on balance beam, so now the pressure back to the Tigers.
And John, all Auburn needs to do here is be normal. They are fantastic on this event. Olivia opening up with a tuck, full and open tuck. You notice she did not grab her legs, making that so tricky.
Gorgeous.
Stunning switch half to Polpa. The difficulty in NCAA gymnastics is it's just getting harder and harder, and it's getting better and better. So spicing up the details on the leaps and jumps is really where you can pull yourself away, including the big tumbling, of course, but so far Olivia leading off this Auburn squad. Front through to double tuck.
What a lead off.
All right.
Wow.
Incredible start for Auburn. Olivia loves this leadoff position. In this first pass, this is a open tuck full in. 2 flips, 1 twist, does not grab her legs, which makes that so hard.
You don't see 10-0s in leadoff positions very often, and I'm not going to predict one here because certainly the judges can find some little things, but just in a tumbling sense, big tumbling, perfect landings, that was about as good as you can expect from Hollingsworth.
Absolutely.
Bailey Lovett now for Arkansas on beam. 2 events does Bailey. She does floor and beam. You saw that big brace on her elbow on the floor exercise. She's battled through 3 elbow surgeries during her time at Arkansas. Played with uneven bars a little bit in the offseason this year, but the elbow started to act up. Not worth it as she's in her 5th year here, that Arkansas graduate student in law school. So just focusing on beam and floor exercise where she certainly can put up big scores.
Bailey, the 5th year senior. Little balance check there on that front aerial. You saw that foot come off the beam.
There's no little balance check anymore.
There was a balance check. And notice she redid the skill because she needed that combination of the front aerial to the back layout step out. That is thinking quick on your feet to make sure you have that 10-0 start value.
Gamio right before her, a 9.875. Hollingsworth on floor, a 9.9. So early 1/4 tenth advantage to the Tigers.
And you see assistant coach Kyla Ross. She is the beam coach for Arkansas. Has done a fantastic job with this program as an assistant coach. The experience on this Arkansas coaching staff is remarkable.
Jordan said she feels like when her beam team is on, it's as good as anybody in the country. And that's a tribute to who you just mentioned, Kyla Ross, as we see Bailey finish with that hop and landing.
She just looked a little tense.
Tentative,
She wasn't really finishing those finishes, but she wasn't holding them. You could tell she was jumping to them a little too quick, thus causing those balance checks, and that's where the judges are taking those deductions.
So it feels like for Lovett, that is going to be a score Arkansas is going to want to drop, even though we haven't seen it yet, as Aria Brush takes the floor. Things the judges are looking for here, Bridget.
Aria starting off front, through to double tuck, gets right to that lunge. And the judges, they're looking for the difficulty in the tumbling passes, the artistry. This is a major one that has come to light. Artistry, the leaps, the dance, and of course the landings. These judges want to see the athletes go right to the lunge. That chest is up and those arms are tight. Really the full combination. Aria Brush does a fabulous job. Head coach Jeff Grabo really talking about monitoring her in the gym and the numbers. Again, keeping these athletes healthy. It is a long season, and when you compete every single weekend, you got to keep that body healthy, and Jeff Graba does a fantastic job, I think, of personalizing each athlete's regimen in the gym, which is why they've been so successful the last couple years. Ends with a huge double pike. We talked about the judges wanting those landings. She got right to that lunge. Following Olivia Hollingsworth.
Here's what Auburn looks forward to. They got a tough start to the season. Their first two meets, they faced all of the top 4 currently ranked teams in the country. But here's what comes up next. Another home meet, NC State. And then they go to Alabama, LSU, Missouri, Georgia. Again, a gauntlet here in the SEC for all of these teams. Speaking of gauntlet, we've got a judges powwow argument fight. Arkansas on the other side of the floor. This is their schedule. Look at this, LSU, Florida. Then they've got Alabama, OU, and Stanford in a quad meet. And then Kentucky and Missouri. Not an easy weekend ever for these teams, but it makes it fun for the fans. I enjoy it.
Absolutely, we love it.
Pressure for them, enjoyment for us as we wait for the judges to decipher what is going on. One judge had a 9-7, the other had a 9-4, I'm being told, and that is too far away for the scores. They need to get together and understand what each judge saw, but needless to say, it is not going to be a score Arkansas wants to count. As close as this meet is, you cannot count a score in this, certainly in the 9-7s on this last rotation. Again, keep in mind, 6 gymnasts go, top 5 scores count, so they can drop the low as we wait for Bailey Lovett's score. Aria Brush on floor exercise a 9.85. To put that in perspective, I'm going to give you an analogy and see if this works. If a basketball team has got 6 shots at the hoop, and they've got one person who just hit a layup for 2, and then the next 4 hit 3-pointers, right now you're counting that layup, right? But if the last gymnast goes and shoots a 3 and makes it, you get to drop the layup and you get to count 5 3-pointers. And that is the equivalent of what we're looking at here for gymnastics. So they're trying to drop the layup. They want to count the 5 biggest scores, and Bailey Lovett just put up what's the equivalent of a layup. It's a 9.55. So right now, again, if you're looking in your bottom right of your screen, they are counting that 9.55 in Arkansas score. That's why there's such a big separation. Should they hit the rest of these routines at 9.8, 9.9, it will jump significantly and make that number very close together. We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, and catastrophic.
Yes, Callie Swaney. That was a triple series. Back handspring layout, step out.
Callie, just a freshman. Very young team are the Arkansas Razorbacks. 10 lineup spots currently filled by freshmen, 14 lineup spots out of 24 filled by freshmen and sophomores. So a young team.
Nice dismount back handspring into a 1.5 twist. And John, something that we have to highlight, you know, it's a young beam squad over here. And take a look, this is a very difficult series. Back handspring, layout, step out, and right there, you saw that back leg. It never touched the beam to that lunge. Yes, she did stay on the beam, but those hands touched. That is a 5/10 deduction.
You gotta love the fight.
That is something that you really need to highlight is she did fight. Not the routine she wanted, but she didn't just give up and fall off. And that is something that Jordan Weber and Kyla Ross, I'm sure, will take back.
Sophia Gross, first time in the floor lineup this season, first time doing all-around. Jeff Grabe told us leading up to this competition, she was mad she hasn't been in the floor lineup, and she has worked and worked and worked, and she has earned her spot, and here is her debut on floor exercise for 2023.
Sophia starting off, front triple, double twist. Could have been a triple, honestly, with that height. Front double twist. I mean, the confidence that Sophia has on every event is unmatched, but on floor exercise, she just, and just landed soft on that 1.5, didn't get the rebound into that front. That was supposed to be a front layout, ended up doing the front tuck, did fall. And John, you mentioned this is her debut routine. Not the way she's gonna wanna start, but I know for a fact she will go back and put in the work and make sure this never happens again. Gotta finish this routine strong. And a stuck front 1.5 twist.
The only way that Arkansas gets back into this meet is with a little help from Auburn. When I say help, some mistakes, and this is one right here.
And this 1.5, you see, we call these soft knees. See how her legs just absorbed and they didn't rebound. When you're doing a double salto pass like that, you want to be tight on that first finish so that you rebound into the second flip. Unfortunately, she absorbed that landing and making that front salto just impossible to land.
Kennedy Hambrick next to go on beam. Taylor's got more on her.
Yeah, guys, Kennedy has been open about some of the struggles she's had to start this season. She told me this week she felt like a freshman again. She said, I allowed the nerves to get back to me and the pressure affect my gymnastics when I don't need to. I have enough experience to combat that. She said she had a conversation with the coaches this week about how to get her edge back, specifically on beam. And after the last two routines, Kyla Ross pulled her aside and said, don't worry about what just happened. Focus on getting your edge back.
Oh, troubles continue.
Not the lineup that we want to see from Arkansas tonight on balance beam. You know, gymnastics, it's a physical sport, but you can't count out the mental side to it. And when you're in that funk, the mental funk, we've all been through it as athletes. It is very hard to get out of it. And we talk about how sticks are contagious. Unfortunately, that goes the same for falls.
And they had a moment here, Arkansas did, to maybe capitalize on Sophia Gross' mistake on floor, but with that fall, things have really gotten tough for the Razorbacks if they hope to steal the win here. Gonna need a lot of help from the Auburn Tigers, but we've seen crazier things, right, Bridget?
And Kennedy Hambrick here. This is where it went wrong. This is a back handspring layout, step out, and you saw those hips open up, and you see head coach Jordan Weber behind just saying, what? I mean, these athletes put in so much hard work, and you know these coaches just want what is best, and they know they deserve it, and the athletes just have to want it that much more to make sure that they prove to themselves.
Kennedy should be a big part of this team. She qualified as an individual in the all-around to the last two NCAA championships. That is something that is not easy to do. And so they certainly, as the season goes on, will expect more and more from her. Sophia Groth, a 9.3. So again, right now, that bottom right score for both teams, they're counting a 9.3 for Auburn. They're counting a 9.55 and 9.45. Those are low scores for Arkansas. But now Cassie Stevens with 3 gymnasts yet to go for Auburn. They're going to try to erase that 9.3. And certainly, these last 3 athletes, easy for them to do it, but they got to stay on their feet.
Stevens opening up with a front layout, front 1.5. No problems there. Coming after a fall, it can be really challenging to get that mental state back to knowing I just got to go out there and do my job. Cassie Stevens, a veteran on this Auburn team, has so much capability of hitting a big score here. Off for this huge stuck double tuck. No movement there. Wow, 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 wow.
Jeff Grava said she's better than she's ever been. You're starting to see why Cassie Stevens.
And we want to see the athletes get to a lunge to make sure they stick it, but Cassie says, don't worry, I can stick it cold. Fantastic job for the veteran.
Made the head coach smile.
That's tough to do sometimes.
All right, now Cammie Weaver, we talked about her comeback from an ACL injury last year. I had a chance to talk to her right before the competition, and just so much positivity and excitement to be back out on the floor. And it actually happened the first vault she ever did as a Razorback, but she was undaunted, and certainly Arkansas expects great things from her in the future. Tough spot for her now, though. Kennedy Hambrick scored a 9.275 right before this routine.
Cammie back handspring layout, step out, step out. No problems there. Holds that landing. One thing I love about Arkansas on balance beam, yes, they're having mistakes, but they're taking the risk. They're doing the big elements. All they need is some confidence and some more reps, and I know for a fact Jordan Weber and her staff are going to do just that to make sure Arkansas is ready for the rest of the season.
Cammie is an Alabama native. Actually, her club coaches, Bree and Stephen Mitchell, are in the house. They're from Legacy Gymnastics, not too far from here.
Dismount, see if she sticks it. 1.5 twist. Wow, 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 wow. I feel like I say that a lot, but these athletes are doing incredible tonight.
Well done for the redshirt freshman. We're going to jump over to floor because Taylor's got more on Suni Lee's new floor routines.
Yeah, Taylor? John, we are in for a treat here tonight as Suni Lee is going to be debuting a new floor routine, and it's got a special team element because her teammate Gabby McLaughlin actually choreographed this routine for her. I went to practice yesterday. I was watching the two of them really collaborate and work together to put the final touches on this routine. Head coach Jeff Grava also cut the music, so it's really been a team effort here. And Suni told me that she wanted this to represent power, and she said it was important to them that it was a combination of both international elite gymnastics as well as college gymnastics. As we know, she's participating in both, but it was also important to her that she debuts it at home here tonight. No better place than a packed Neville Arena, guys. You're in for a treat with this one.
Starting this first pass, this is a huge double layout. Gorgeous.
Another interesting point that Jeff Graben made to me yesterday, guys, was the reality that, you know, a name like Suni Lee, she could get any choreographer in the world to choreograph a floor routine. It's not just another routine. This routine will get so many eyes, but Suni herself requested that her teammate Gabby McLaughlin do this choreography. And Gabby is actually a walk-on. She is currently paying her way to be a student athlete, and now she's choreographing for one of the biggest names in gymnastics. Really special.
Fantastic.
Amazing. I gotta find new words to say because that was incredible. Suni is sensational on all 4 events, but that floor routine just exemplifies the grace that she is bringing from her elite career, which she is still performing in, and the college. Just incredible.
Gabby and Suni having some words after. I wonder if Gabby approved. I approve. Great job. By the way, a 9-9 or better clinches the all-around for Suni with that routine, and Auburn would clinch the team title tonight with a 9.825 or higher, as Nora Flatley now mounts the beam in the anchor position with what's been a tough rotation for the Razorbacks. Cammie Weaver, a 9.95 though. What a performance from her in the 5th spot.
And Nora just doing what Nora does best, and that is hit every element you saw right there. That was a front aerial to back handspring layout step out. Combination acro series. Another combination, that was a leg up full turn to split jump to beat jump. I mean, Nora is a gamer. She is fierce, she is elegant, and she is precise with every movement she does. Back handspring, 1.5 twist. Not sure if we're gonna call that a stick, but overall, what a excellent performance to end this Arkansas beam lineup.
Tough in the middle, but good finish for Arkansas. Certainly something to build on. Suni Lee on floor, by the way, a 9.975. Flirts with perfection, but that will clinch the team title for Auburn and the all-around. One more gymnast to go, Darian Goldborn. Taylor's got more on her.
Well, everyone knows what Darian Goldborn is capable of on floor, and she's got the crowd fired up as she'll close us out with her floor routine here tonight. I actually spoke with her about the choreography process. She, along with her brother Derek Goldborn and choreographer Donald Bryson, who are both in attendance currently on the Jumbotron, getting the entire arena hyped for Darian's floor routine. They contributed to make this floor routine. They were very intentional that it would represent Darion's personality. You can hear how incredibly energized this arena is for this floor routine. And Darion told me she feeds off that. She said, I'm the last one in the meet. I'm tired, I'm hungry, but this fan base gives me the energy and the adrenaline to live this out. She said this is her personality in a dance routine.
Thanks, Taylor. That is awesome. And again, it is electric here in Neville Arena.
And John, this is one where we're gonna sit back and just let you watch perfection at its best.
She said this is a tribute to Fisk University, which is the first HBCU to have a women's collegiate gymnastics program.
Opens with a massive open tuck double back. nailed a front layout. Last pass, double pike. I mean, just let the queen do queen things.
Fantastic. So how close to perfection were we, Bridget? Take a look at her feet right here. How close does she get?
Really close. She steps on the line.
On the line is in.
She steps on the line. And take a look. She finishes with this outstanding double pike. I love that she just aggressive with her finishes.
So she got a 10 from one, but not the other. It is a 9.95 for Darian Goborn. Jeff Graba in the huddle right there. He did tell me, though, about that routine. All her best moves are his moves that he taught her. So, you know, that's what he told me.
I mean,
I can't verify.
Hey, if he told you, it's got to be true, right?
Wow, what a competition. Jeff Graba giving some words to his team. What a finish for the Auburn Tigers. They come on strong down the stretch. We're going to wrap it up when we come back. It was a nail biter all the way through until that last rotation. Auburn pulls away. They put up a season high 197.5, but the name of the night is Suni Lee. What a night she had, Bridget.
She just was on, and it was incredible to watch her. Each event looked like it got better and better. I mean, she's outstanding on all four, but Beam, I think she should have had a couple 10s tonight, but that's just me. But this floor routine showcasing, debuting, and she is with our Taylor Davis. Taylor?
Thanks, guys. Suni, an all-around night for you, but an important night for your team, the home opener of this season. What did you guys showcase tonight?
Well, it was really exciting to be at home finally, and as you can tell, the environment is absolutely amazing. We love being here, we love the fans, we love Auburn, so it just felt really good to be back out here. It meant a lot to us. We got a lot better today. It might not have went exactly how we wanted to, but we did end up finishing stronger than ever, so I'm super proud of them.
Stronger than ever, actually a team high on the season so far. What more do you think this team is going to accomplish as season continues?
I mean, the unthinkable. Like, we can accomplish so much together when we're all in it at the right time and just being there for each other. So I think that there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming towards the end of the season.
Absolutely. Well, you got to debut a new floor routine here tonight in front of your home crowd, choreographed by your teammate, Gabby McLaughlin. How special was that for you?
It was really special. I knew I wanted a new floor routine. It just kind of took a little bit to get there because I've been so busy trying to work on the other stuff, so I kind of got sidetracked. But me and Gabby did this routine in literally 2 hours, 2 days ago, and yeah, I don't know. I absolutely love it, though. It's probably one of my favorite routines.
Incredible. Busy is an understatement, Suni, but congratulations. Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Taylor. There's not a lot of unthinkable left for Auburn. They are a top 4 team and certainly look like it tonight. Suni Lee matches her season high in winning the all-around competition. Thoughts, Bridget?
You know, both teams did not have perfect nights. Arkansas really struggling on balance beam. Auburn struggling on vault in that leadoff. But both teams ended tonight on a high, and that is something that is a tribute to the athletes, to the staff, to these teams, just knowing that they are capable of greatness even when they have those balance checks and bobbles throughout.
It was a good one. Arkansas, by the way, a 196.575 is a season high for them as well. Suni Lee gets the all-around title. Auburn, a season high 197.5 for them. For Bridget Sloan and Taylor Davis, I'm John Roethlisberger. So long from Neville Arena and Auburn University.